let's just say the insurance game? Or did you learn any, or that was something that you already knew? Because some people got the niche for marketing, some people don't have the niche for marketing. So it's just like, what did you learn that marketing, process from, and just how to market your clothes?
See, a lot of people think I'm good at marketing now, and I feel like I'm not. Honestly, I learned that technique from a group called World and Vision. You
Okay.
probably see two black dudes out of New Orleans. Just learning and watching them, seeing how they did it. I learned that technique from them.
Yeah.
But also just gotta put, you gotta put it in people's faces as well. I learned that from Nipsey again, the 22 laws and immutable of marketing. Just also like by being first and sticking, like getting a concept stuck in a person's brain.
Right.
That's what I did. But most of it, bro, I started the business as like just to get something out. Then I started as like, okay, it's a hobby. Then I wanted to learn marketing. And that's when I basically was using the business for to learn marketing, honestly.
Yeah. That's hard.
Because don't nobody know me. They be like, you gotta make somebody like you.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Armand back again with another episode of Big Boss Talk, the podcast. Man, we're gonna keep the episodes flooded. We're gonna keep them coming, and we're gonna keep bringing great people on the show that's doing some crazy, phenomenal stuff. Really, just bringing their creative side to life and just showing people that you can take matters into your own hand by creating a product, creating something that you really truly feel that is beyond what people have seen so far. And so, man, I got a recommendation. I actually reached out to a homie, Zeke. Shout out to Big Zeke. Reached out to Zeke. Wanted to collab with this guy because I felt like his page was dope. I felt like what he was doing, what the brand stood for was dope. And I was just like, man, I just want to get him on the podcast just so if anybody that's listening, any followers, if they can support, then they can go support. But also for him to be able to just drop gems on people that's listening that maybe want to get into the field that he's in, to be able to just pick up some games, soak it up, and just understand that, with everything that you do, it's going to come risk, going to be rewards, but it's also just staying diligent with the process and staying consistent. But, man, Tay, say what's up to the podcast, bro.
And what's up, man? For everybody that don't know me, my name is Elontae Bateman. You want me to give out my social right now?
Yeah, you can go ahead and drop it.
So I got a clothing brand at Go Global Co. So GOGLOBALCO, and that's about it. We're gonna get into it today.
Yeah, man, we're gonna chop it up, man. But listen, I'm gonna read down some of the, what Tay sent me as far as like, just so y'all can get to know him, right? So we got Elontae Bateman, better known as short for Tay. Age 25, his career/job, he's with athletics, student athlete development with Tennessee. He went to Wake Forrest. Bachelor's in Economics and Integrated Communication. Then he also is at University of Tennessee getting his master's in management. Years in his profession is 3. But listen, man, it wouldn't be Big Boss Talk if we didn't start off with 2 truths and a lie, man. So go ahead and give us those 2 truths and a lie. See if we can catch that lie.
I'm gonna keep it basic, and okay. It's all gonna sound true. But I'm from Memphis. I make beats, and I'm a twin for sure.
Okay, so you from Memphis. You make beats and you a twin. That's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna just go like the twin thing. Like, I think that's true. I'm like, why would they lie about being a twin? Or maybe I don't even know, because I looked at the page and I saw somebody modeling the clothes. I was like, man, that looked like dude. I don't know. That's the one I'm iffy about.
About the same size, though. About the same size.
Yeah, so that's the one I'm iffy about. Make beats. I believe that, man, a creator is always going to be creative in different realms. It's not just one thing that they do. So I do believe you make beats. From Memphis, I'm trying to see if I can hit an accent. I'm going to say the twin is the lie.
100%. I ain't got no twin, dog. But my mom always be jinxing me. She said I'm gonna have a twin in the family. My mom a twin.
Okay, word. So it's gonna just come down to you, but when it's your time.
Yeah, she says me and my sister. So I'll take it instead of her getting 2 kids.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? For sure. So we got that, and then you from Memphis and you make beats. Man, when you start making beats?
I started making beats what that was, my senior year, so 2018. 2018 in the summertime. It was just something I was like, bro, I need to go and do it. I wanted to make beats. It's so funny, a Facebook post came up. That's why I started like get back into it. You know how you got like your old Facebook posts?
Yeah.
So like in 2010, 2011, I was like, bro, I gotta get focused. I'm gonna play football and make beats. And obviously I stuck with football, but I was like, let me revisit it.
Yeah. Man, we gotta hit some of them beats, man. I wanna know if they hitting. You know what I'm saying?
They as a creative though, some stuff hitting, some stuff I be like, I could do better. But you know, it's a hobby though. I don't try to put myself out there as a producer.
For sure, man. I tried to pick up like a hobby like that, and it just didn't work out for me. I'm not that creative as far as like being able to put the music together. I love being around music and just listening to it, you know, catching the vibe and just hearing it, but just being able to put it together. Like I commend anybody that's really talented on the, you know, whether it's the mic, whether it's producing, like I commend all that because they really, you know, change the game and they push the culture forward. So that's always dope. Man, I kind of just want to, you know, hop right into it, man. So tell me, you know, where you from? You know what I'm saying? You from Memphis? You know what I'm saying? Like, where you from? Give me your elevator pitch. Like when you go in for an interview, when they say, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you say and how do you get their attention?
We got two type of terms. It depends on the interview because you know I got a little corporate side to me. But I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Just a background about me. I'm from the Whitehaven area, the Whitehaven side of it. That's where I live most of my life.
Okay.
Most of my family are from like the North Memphis side, so I grew up there most of the summer times until I was like 13, 14 before I started taking like football real serious. But you know, that's about me. I think that's where I got my creative side from. You know, I could talk about Memphis all day long. If you ain't talk to Zeke, he could tell you that. But I talk about Memphis all day long. But you know, I feel like that's where I got my roots from. I feel like I got a lot of my character from there.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where all my creativity came from. You know, it's a lot of ups and downs to the city, so it really make a man out of it.
For sure, man. You went to Wake Forrest now, so let me ask you this: did you always want to play ball? Like, was that the goal, or did you ever have dreams of being something else? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I tell people this all the time, and people get shocked by this. My goal was, bro, I mean, I was 15 years old. My goal was to own a barbershop, own a Subway, then make $500,000 and buy my own house solid. That was my goal. And, you know, as I was growing up at the time, dude named DJ, he died from like a natural cause. Then dude in our neighborhood named T. Grape had died. Like he got killed through some murder stuff. And I started seeing that. And bro, that's when I was like, bro, I was sitting down one day, I was like, I'm finna play ball. I'm finna make it out. Cause I saw everybody that was going to school playing ball, they had better options. And I know I needed to like expand my horizon. I wasn't on no BS. I wasn't like no street dude or nothing like that. You know, I just had some with like hood tendencies. And I was like, bro, I'm finna get up out of here. So I took it serious, you know. I started taking it serious. I wasn't no big guy. I was really undersized. I just worked hard. I'm gonna be honest. And I was like, boy, I'm finna get up out of here.
Yeah, got that gift. You got that motive, man. That's crazy. But I ain't never heard nobody say that. I done heard a lot of people come on here and they always say, man, I wanted to be like a doctor. You know, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be, but to say, you know, own your own, you know, be a barber, own your own shop. Then you say get a Subway. Yeah. Like a franchise of the Subway?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna cut her. I was just trying to get a barbershop. Cause my dad, one of my dad's best friend, R.I.P. Al, he had a barbershop. He cut my head all the way until I was 16. Yeah. And I just saw how much money he was charging folks. Yeah. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna do that. Cause he always had a bankroll. Then my dad, he a hustler. And like my uncles and them, they hustle in another way. But you know, my dad, like he showed me the game of hustle. I never thought about working until I was like 21.
Man, that's crazy, man. I mean, that shows you like when you see growing up, seeing you gain a different mentality, and people be watching, man. Just like you was growing up watching your uncles, your pops. You saw them grinding, saw them getting it, and so many different avenues. It made you kind of just be like, well, I want to own a barbershop because I see how much bread, bro, bringing in how much money you got. So like that's the way I need to go, which is dope because I always looked at it for me. I always knew I wanted to own something. You know what I'm saying? Like I always saw like how much freedom and like I ain't gonna say power, but just the freedom and the power really to just do what you want. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the business come first. You got to put that first, but the autonomy, you know, nobody can't really tell you, you know, how to move, when to move, and stuff like that. So I always, you know, looked at that and was like, yeah, I got to do that in some type of way, for sure. But tell me, how'd you like Wake Forest, man? What was your time like at Wake Forest? Did you blend, did you blend in? Did you enjoy it? Did you wish you would have went somewhere else? Just tell me about that time at Wake Forest.
Nah, bro. I really enjoyed my time at Wake, and I feel like I met some of the best people on earth at Wake Forest. I feel like I came in with a special group. Then, especially just from like the ball aspect, I was a part of Dave Clawson's first full recruiting class. Mm-hmm. So like half of my class went to the league almost, and I got DQ'd though. I got disqualified, but like half of my class went to the league, bro, and just some good, genuine dudes. And I made a lot of connections. And also, like, before I committed, I remember I went up on my official visit, first time on the plane, going really outside of Memphis, went to North Carolina. And, bro, I was like, bro, there's money out here. I'm seeing G-Wagons. I'm seeing these Chinese people pull out these Porsches. I'm seeing folks, man, with the lowrider Corvettes. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's real money out here. Yeah. So I was like, I got to find, like, some of their tendencies and some of their ways. But, I don't think I blend at all. I think I stayed the same. And I think that was really the advantage. A lot of people like me just for my characteristics.
Yeah, and staying true to who you was. That's what's up, man. And so when you say, I heard you say DQ. What you mean by DQ?
I had concussions. I got disqualified.
Really?
Yeah. So I had 3 concussions going into my redshirt junior year. I had 2 more seasons up under my belt, and right at the time, like, bro, I was having a good like summer camp, a little camp before going to the season. Yeah, man, we got DQ'd, third one. Doctor came in the office and he said something. He was like, Elontae, you can have 2 more. You got 2 more concussions up under your belt, but if you want to know your kid's name by 40, I advise you to stop. And I prayed about it. 20 minutes later, I called him and said, it's over with. Go on, get the paperwork ready. I signed it. I was done.
Man, like, but for most people, like, at this point, I know you, like, in love with ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like prime time. Like, you seeing, you putting in the work. You grinding with your dogs. You seeing people,
nigga playing. Like, I'm playing
and you playing on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you playing by the, making a household name for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, like, to make that decision and say, like, all right, man, I'm done. Like, what was your mental like? Was it, were you depressed at all? Was you just like, nah, I gotta move on? Like, is more out here? Like, what was that?
Nah, I ain't never been a person just sit in my oaks and cry about some stuff. So when it had happened, I kind of already did what I accomplished to do. I wanted to get out of Memphis, get an education. The league was always secondary because I remember reading. It was like a 2% chance. Yeah. I'm like, nigga, that's too risky for me. So I got to figure something else out. Yeah. And bro, my coach said the same thing. He thought I was gonna be depressed. Didn't want to be around the team. Man, after I got cleared after that week, I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. Yeah. Ain't no point of me sitting in this room like. And I started helping out with the D-line, like ask Zeke and them. I was helping out with the drills and stuff, trying to, look at film and give out, different critiques. Yeah. And they wanted me to coach, but I was like, no, I ain't coaching at all.
That's crazy. Why you didn't want to coach? You just didn't feel it?
I'm a family-oriented person. I try to look long-term. Them boys don't have no time for their family. So I said, I can't do it. Yeah. I can't do it. Man, that's
pretty crazy for you to think long term like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be real methodical and just be able to, have those core values that you thought about, like, family come first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about that. Most people be selfish, in that moment, as far as like having and I guess because you thought, you knew football was secondary, you was able to pivot and say, all right, let me think long term. Because most people, they don't think like that. And football is not secondary to them. Some people, that's like, they feel like that's the only option they got. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fame, the glory that they get, and then just the money that you get to be able to set your people up. But I wish that more players or more athletes, and I think they are starting to understand that there's different avenues to be able to set your family up and to be able to be super successful and make that type of money without being an athlete and without being, risking your body. Like, I do want to ask you, how good does your body feel, knowing that your time, you got DQ'd? Because I played 4 years and I can tell you now, knees hurt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, body still got a few aches and pains, but how your body feel?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, I still get little tweaks here and there, but it's mostly like my ankles or something like that. I knew that was gonna be shot. But when I first got done, I felt so good. Like it was ridiculous.
Okay.
My whole body.
You ain't got to get up at 5 in the morning no more.
Yeah, it was like, bro. First time taking a break in 14 years, really. I played football since I was little.
Yeah.
That was my first time. My body, I was like, dang, like nigga, body get work like this.
Hey, I'm telling you. Man, I when I stopped playing, I said I ain't working out for at least 2 months, and that 2 months rolled into about 6-8 months. I went on into a year. Then I got too big, a little sloppy. So I always try to stay in the gym, stay toned up. But now I'm just on some. I got to get back right. You know what I'm saying? Really just changing my whole mindset, trying to get like a routine. Me and my wife, we working on just the food part and just making sure we diet. And so it's crazy that you say that, just how your body just felt so much better after not putting all that stress and banging, all them years. It's definitely a good feeling for sure. So then you graduated, man. So what was your first job after you graduated, man? Talk to me about, the transition, you're not going to be a coach. I'm going to help the team out the best way I can. I'm going to give y'all everything I got because, y'all helped me get out here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously I don't want to be a detriment to the team. I want to be able to provide value. So you graduated. What happened after that?
Bro, I remember that's kind of like how I got into what I got into. But I remember hearing one of my student athlete development, like professionals at Wake, say like one of the best places to go right out of school is sales. Then I met this donor we had, and he owned the State Farm.
Yeah. And
gave $250,000 every year, like clockwork. So I'm like, damn. So I was like, I'm about to open me up a State Farm. So I had got me a mentor. Her name was Donna Jones out of Winston-Salem, and she was teaching me the game. And I was with her for like 4 months. I got like my insurance license, and you had to be up on the State Farm, I think, for a year, a mentor. Mm-hmm. Then you find a location, you get your capital, then they'll back it with you and you get your location. I was like, I'm finna do that. Yep. Then I was with that for 4 months, bro. And I remember I was just like, bro, this too boring. I was like, it's too boring, bro. I was like, I could come back and do this because I was looking for something recession-proof. Insurance recession-proof. People come to you all day long. Sure. So I was like, bro, I could do this when I'm 45, 50 years old. I need to go do something more impactful with my life. Yeah. And like being around and being so much involved in like student athlete development, which is a lot of different layers. It's like the holistic development for student athletes. Mm-hmm. So it's three compartments to that. It's like community service type stuff, is career and professional development, which I focus on the most, and it's leadership development. Okay. And also like now some departments you get the NIL stuff and branding and marketing. So like name, image, and likeness. You might run across a guy who needs some branding, marketing, some tips. You might help him out with that or help him with his negotiations. Yeah. So like got into that part, and that's where I've been at so far. Okay. Student athlete development and insurance. It's crazy that they tell athletes, I feel like they tell people the same thing, like sales the best place to be, which sales is good. You got to have a mindset, a motor, and I think athletes can do well in sales because we understand working, we understand like being self-sufficient and trying to be super overly driven and ambitious. And because it's funny that you say that. I wanted to do the State Farm route as well too, but I was just like, insurance just seemed it was too slow, and I was just like, you gotta come in with a plan though. Yeah, you got. Because I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I came in with a plan where it's like they get a percentage of it, but I knew so many people that need like renters insurance, and I knew all my homeboys was older too, and I networking in Winston-Salem. Okay. I knew people who was getting cars. I knew 3 people that just got a house. All of them need insurance. Yeah. And Donna Jones was a good lady. She broke me off a piece of extra her commission too. I got so many people with the renters insurance for like them 4 months. I was running it up. I ran it up like in 4 months, ran it up, and I was like, bro, I quit with no job. This is how much you had it. You just going in there like clockwork, running it up. Yeah, I was staying. It was me, dude named Jamie Newman, and a coach, because I knew I need to stay somewhere to stack my bread. Yeah. Bro, I was paying $400 a month. I was like 4 times 12, $4,800. I said, bro, I'm gonna just pay that off and figure it out. Man, that's crazy. That's love, man. But I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like insurance.
4 months left that. Now you with, how'd you land with Tennessee? How did that opportunity come about? And just obviously you talked about the different compartments, but I do want to talk about just how. Just tell me how you got into Tennessee. What's that time being at Tennessee has been like for you, and then we'll talk about like how name, image, and likeness has kind of changed the game, and how maybe it's changed, how you partake in your job now.
100%. The reason I got to Tennessee is because I ended up going back to Wake. They had a job opening, and I ended up being the coordinator for Wake for student athlete development. And coming out of that, I got some different offers. Like Clausen wanted me to be like player development for football after that, but I knew I wanted to get my degree as well. But our AD at Wake Forrest named John Curry, he told me Tennessee has this opening, and there'll be a good opportunity where you could also try to get your master's out of it. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I just looked into it, started networking, and probably just networking for a new spot in general. I was emailing like all the schools in the SEC and the AAC and the ACC, just really trying to connect and network. And it's so fun. I come back to Tennessee. I landed at Tennessee, and my time there, so much it's been good. The only thing that's a little different is they got a lot more resources. So like in student athlete development, we got a budget. At Wake Forest, we had a budget of like $25,000, which is like pennies. But the budget we got at Tennessee is like 120,000. So we basically do like whatever. Like they just sent me to the Super Bowl. I went to the Super Bowl and I actually like worked the Super Bowl. We took like 6 student athletes and I was their supervisor over there. Like got money to blow. So that's been like a blessing. Yeah. And also just seeing not really better athletes, but just athletes with bigger names. Yeah. And just seeing how a college town throw money at student athletes. It's just been a little different. Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild, man. The budget difference between somebody like Wake Forest is not a little name, and what y'all doing now. Y'all going. Wake Forest is going crazy right now, and so it's definitely building to be one of those household names within the ACC, and being able to take over the ACC as well. But just seeing that translate over to while you've been at Tennessee, seeing how much money they playing with, seeing what you're able to do. What was the Super Bowl experience like, man? Was it dope? You know what I'm saying? Like just being out there.
It was different. It was so different. My first time out west. First time at the Super Bowl, then I like to go where people who got money, because I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of money one day. Yeah. And I like to go where people got money and just see how they act and how they move a little bit. And you got your different types, and also they was out there to have a good time. Yeah. But just seeing how they some of them respect people, how some of them don't respect people. You could tell like the ones who talk too much ain't got the most money. The ones you barely see got the bread. Just learning how to move from them, and also just some of the stuff that they wear, how they talk, how they shake hands, make eye contacts, how they go into like they got like these club suites I was looking at. How they go into these suites and they having meetings while they looking over. Like sure. I see myself doing that. So just really trying to prepare myself as as God lead me into that.
That's hard. How you become such a visionary, bro? So like when I mean by visionary, just like you said, like I see myself in those particular rooms. You know what I'm saying? I see myself being one of those people that have, that I got the money. I'm with the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, was that something that you taught, something that you built over time? Because a lot of people don't see themselves in that light, and I think it's important that you need to see yourself in that light.
Honestly, bro. I don't know, but it gotta be God. I say that all the time. Gotta be God. Yeah. I used to sit and talk to a lot of old people. Then there was one thing I always learned, being obedient, being disciplined to your elders help a lot. It helped you like not knock your head across stuff a lot. And also just watching my peers effort. I feel like I ain't gotta mess up. I'm gonna watch you mess up. I ain't got no problem like bumping my head because you learn a lot from mistakes, but I'm gonna watch you mess up. Then I always been like extremely patient, and I can see how stuff gonna play out. Man. I don't know why. I just can see how stuff play out. But another thing I'll say, I'm not insecure. Yeah. I feel like insecurity come from you got too much idle time on your hands. I try to stay creative and stay in my own lane a little bit and just work at what I like instead of trying to compete. So I don't really got insecurity. So I believe you work hard, you'll eventually get it.
Yeah, man, that's some gems right there, man. For the people listening, y'all heard what he said, man. It's really God. You know what I'm saying? For the first thing, and then just be hanging around a lot of older people. Like I grew up hanging around a lot of older people too, and they just, you know what I'm saying, they just always told me, you know what I'm saying, you got a mind of your own, so be able to use it. You don't got to be no follower. You see what I'm saying? And that always stuck with me. And then also the same thing, you see so many people make mistakes. It's just like, how can you not watch, you know what I'm saying, somebody make a mistake and then not do what they doing? But some people will just follow because they love what they see. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know themselves though. They don't know themselves yet. That's all it is. And you don't condemn a person for it. It's just they gotta figure it out. I felt like I had to figure out myself early because Memphis just got so much chaos going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's so easy to get into stuff like trouble or fine. Mm-hmm. My dad always said like trouble easy to get into, hard to get out of.
Yeah.
And bro, like I just stuck with it. I was like, bro, you got to stick to yourself and be you. And like it's the Memphis way, honestly. Like do your own thing. Don't worry about nobody else talking about you. Your own mind first.
Yeah, that's hard. And yeah, you definitely you made a good point. Like, don't condemn anybody for making those mistakes, because we all got to go through mistakes to learn. That's what makes us better, and that's what just makes us be able to teach that to somebody else. But I do sometimes just wonder, like, just make sure, what I'm saying, like just be able to watch how people move and just say, all right, I ain't moving like that, because I know what's gonna come with it. And but people make their own choices. Like Yo Gotti say, he a grown man, so I can't tell him what to do. He gonna do it anyway. But
it's a Memphis boy too.
Yeah. Yo Gotti, my guy, man. I love Yo Gotti. I love what y'all got going on as far as like the music. Memphis, got some of the hardest rappers we done ever seen and heard, and it's just what Yo Gotti's been able to do. R.P. Dolph, what he was able to do, like it's crazy just to see that. And I'm pretty sure are those your top favorite rappers? Like, who your favorite rapper? I mean, you from Memphis, so I don't know who you rocking with.
My favorite rapper, if you talk about that in that frame, I'm gonna say Gotti. But like my favorite rapper out of Memphis is gonna be Project Pat.
Okay, old school. Yeah.
Top notch. Ain't nobody ever seen. I don't care what nobody say. No flow.
Sound like you had that argument before in the locker room.
Man, all the time. I always got an argument. The paper around the Yo Gotti situation. I always got an argument with that. But
yeah. That's what's up. Okay, so cool. So we at Tennessee now, but I want to get into now the real reason, right? I want to get into, the clothing brand, man. Like, how did it get started? Where did the idea come from?
The idea came from sitting around with my homeboy Matty-O. So Matt Colburn, he was our running back.
Yeah.
He a South Cat guy too. He from Columbia.
Okay.
Well, Irma. And just sitting around with him, and they don't even really notice though, but just sitting around him make music. Then I was like, bro, you just got to put your music out, bro. It could go global at any time. Yeah. I think this was 2018, and that just stuck with me. So I wrote it. I remember I went home that night. It was probably like 1 a.m. Yeah. I wrote it down, and I was like, I'm gonna use this eventually. I wrote it down, then I ended up making like a mock shirt for it, and I was like, man, let me see if I can do this. Then I didn't even put the shirt out. I just left it up.
Yeah.
Then Nipsey Hussle, I was watching the Nipsey Hussle interview. Like Nipsey, my dog. Like I got him up on my wall right here. But like Nipsey, my dog. I'm watching the Nipsey Hussle interview, and I get the text that he died. Nipsey just like stick to the plan, go all the way in the interview, and he like, bro, you might as well do it. I'm like, bro, I'm finna go and do this. So I just dropped it. I just dropped it as as just something just to do. I wasn't even trying to make a brand. I was like, I'm just make some money off of it in my head. Let me go and get it out.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
And how did it turn out when you dropped it? Like, were you surprised?
I was on campus. Yeah, I was on campus, so I already know how to sell. I've been selling stuff my whole life, so I was like, let me go and get 100 of these. I got 100 on them things flipped over. I said, I'm finna get 100 more. I ain't been to Memphis yet, so I got 100 more.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I'm gonna keep doing it. Came out with a little hoodie. Then I stopped. I stopped for like 10 months because that's when I first graduated.
Okay.
And I was trying to figure some other stuff out. That was just like a little project, but it kept staying in the back of my mind. Then I got back flowing with it when I came to Tennessee.
Yeah, man. Yep. That's cold. So tell me, I mean, for anybody that's trying to, they want to make a brand, they want to make clothing, t-shirt, what's the first thing they need to do? Like, what's the most important thing about making a clothing brand?
I tell it depends on how you want to go. So it's either gonna be 2 ways, in my opinion. Well, 3 ways. You gonna get something. You gonna make it very niche. You gonna get something that's like fine. Everybody like you a crazy designer. You're gonna get like a cool name. You're gonna get a fad. And you're gonna follow the trends as they go. You can make a lot of money that way. Or you gonna get something. You're gonna get a concept around it, and you're gonna try to make your brand like longevity. In my opinion, you're gonna try to make it a longevity brand. Yeah. And obviously, as you can see, like I'm a visionary, so I believe in like longevity. And when you try to make a longevity brand, you get like your saying, and you get your message, and you continue to like preach that. You continue to preach that, and also you want your brand identity to match it, and that take a lot of time. Then you just implement different pieces. But right now, a lot of people just slapping stuff on the shirt, slapping stuff on some pants, and it's fine. I'm gonna be honest, it's fine, it's going. And some like it's whack and it's fade, like they don't have it for long.
Right. That's the only thing I'd be scared of. Like, and for me, like if I ever was to jump into something like that, it would have to be the quality. Quality for me is probably by far the most important thing about clothing, and because I like to put clothes on, I like to dress, I like to look good. So I'm not gonna put something on. Like I hate buying stuff, and then you know what I'm saying, maybe I throw it in the washer or something, and maybe it start to peel off, or you know, all that good stuff. Cause that's the type of feedback. Like I got I'm pretty sure you know. Zeke got a homie. I got a homie Tay Lott. He got a clothing brand, and the thing I applaud him on is the quality. You know what I'm saying?
What, Gelato?
Yeah, Gelato. The quality of what they got going on is top notch. And so how you know what do you do to make sure that your quality is top notch as well? Because I've seen some of your the hats, some of the shirts, and it looks like the quality is there. Obviously I haven't put anything on, but Zeke got some clothing and he told me everything fine. So I was like, if Big Zeke said, then I'm rocking with it all the way.
It just took time, but also that's why I said like that niche. When you said quality, if you're thinking in a niche brand, you better come out with quality first, because they don't have to stick with it. But I say with me, it took time. How I first came off, I first started. I always knew I didn't want to go like the gilding route, and there's nothing wrong with gilding. But I just kept like trying different like textures out of different shirts. Yeah. Especially if you just want like a blank shirt. At first, it was just get the message out. Right. Get the message out, let people see it. Make it not too high. You know, I end up selling like $10 shirts at one time, just one color across, just global, and like getting people to see that. Like, oh, okay, I saw that before. And with the global side, like people are starting to recognize it's a cheap shirt, $10. Like niggas spend $10 on food all the time, but also it's an in between shirt. I looked for the in between price point at that time, because people will continue to wear it, but they ain't gonna throw it away because it's still good quality. And so it just don't cost a lot. Right. It don't cost a lot to make it. So I had to find textures in that way, which if you're a clothing brand person, one of the best shirts, if you're looking for an in-between with a nice like stretch to it and a little breeze to it, I say go with the Anvil 980, which is kind of like a mid-weight shirt, and you can screen print over it, and it's good for you. But I say with the quality, bro, talking to vendors, buying a lot of different samples. I bought a lot of different shirt samples, a lot of different jogging pants samples, and then lost money. Like you're gonna lose some money too. You're gonna lose some money. Some projects ain't gonna pop. Some people ain't gonna like them. Yeah. But you just gotta keep pushing it if it's something you want to do. But the quality came with just talking to vendors and effing up, honestly.
That's crazy. All money in, man. I see why you got that freaking Nipsey up there, man. You gotta be. Some people ain't built for that, man. To be able to put money in. Like most people got this microwave mentality. Like, man, I'm about to get this brand. It's gonna pop soon as I get it.
Ain't gonna work like this. It will. It can.
It depends. Like, I ain't gonna say it can't. It just depends on who you are. But I'm like you say, the averages of like football. We know 2% of the people that play football will make it to the NFL. Even in clothing, like I'm not saying it's that small, but you got to be consistent with anything that you do. Like you got to be consistent, because let's just say it don't pop, and then your feelings get hurt. You soaking. You don't want to do it no more because you feel like you ain't getting the best return on investment. That's how a lot of people miss out on certain stuff. So to hear you talk about, like, to say like, you're gonna lose money, But you got if this is something you really want to do, you got to keep going at it and keep going in. With researching vendors, is it just as simple as a Google search to research vendors? I know everything it comes to you online. Like, what's that process?
So really, I'm asking other brands who got like a bigger name. That's how I started out. Yeah. Some people, I don't got no problem asking nobody no type of question at all. I really don't care. I just need the information.
Yeah.
And I'm asking people. Some people like, hey, that's personal. Some people like, hey, you got to pay for it. Some people, yeah, like they be like, you got to pay $250 for my vendor list, and the vendors might be trash. I'm like, bro, I'm not paying for that. That's a waste. Like, I got the same phone as you, and also, like, bro, some vendors will reach out to you. You just got to take a chance on some of them. Just make sure they ain't thirsty.
Yeah.
And what's another method? YouTube.
Okay.
Going on YouTube. Some people give away free game all the time on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I go on there and I see something. I'm like, all right, let me try them out. Let me see it. Okay, I'll buy a sample from them. It might be $25. Just don't eat that meal that day or something. Just spend your money on that. And bro, it come back. All right, I like this. I'm gonna keep them in my catalog. Put them on the list. I probably got like 50 vendors, bro.
Dang.
Honest. Yeah, I only use like 3 people now though.
Okay. So that's crazy that people would charge you for that type of information. Like, why do you think? I mean, I guess if somebody came and asked you, right? Because would you charge them, or is it just more like, nah, I drop? Because I mean, you pretty much just drop free game now. So I feel like you wouldn't charge. You know what I'm saying, for somebody to get that information. Why you feel like people charge for that type of information?
Some people think it's the money. Some people just selfish. Some people like they in it for the money, so they like, all right, let me get this money. I can help this go to my brand. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I understand that method because ain't nothing wrong being a capitalist, being in a capitalism society. Get your bread. Yeah. Then another person, some of them just selfish, dog. They don't want to see other folks. They feel like they competing with people.
Yeah.
And I understand it, but it's like if they brand supposed to be totally different, and you feel like you bringing something unique, you ain't got to compete with them. Then also, niggas don't understand the rule of like partnership and togetherness. Bro, you might come on, I might get business, it might help me out. Then as you do it, you spread the word to somebody else. That plug might give you a discount because you done brought him business. Yeah. But now you trying to be shady. You still stuck at your same price point. Then you being like a bad person, being spiteful to niggas, and you wonder why your stuff can't pop.
Yeah.
Because your spirit ain't right.
Man, that's crazy. That's too. I be saying, I don't know, man. I'm all about like, and this is the reason why I did this podcast is because I wanted to talk to people, to give people the free game. Like I spent a lot of money on just knowledge, trying to get information on whatever I'm trying to do, whether it's podcasting, whether it was entrepreneurial stuff. Like I just spent money because I felt like I want to invest in myself, and sometimes that's how people look at it. Like, I'm gonna give you this information because they probably had to spend $250 for the information. So they like, if I spent $250, then you gonna have to spend $250 because that's how bad I want it. So you can look at it from that way, as far as like, how bad do you really want this information, or how you said it's just like, some people don't think like that. It's really be on some spiteful type stuff. Like, I don't want you to have my clothing brand because that's my quality. People know me for my quality, and then you get it, you might pop more than me because your design might be harder. So like you said, the spirit just ain't right, and I just feel like, I hate that people got to move like that because it's enough people out in this world for everybody to eat. Like, they may not rock with my brand, but they may rock with your brand because they like what's on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking food off your table, but that's just how it is.
I look at it both ways, though.
Yeah.
I understand the capitalist part, but also you can see some of them who be like, nah, we ain't doing it. So you really just ignore that. You go to the next person.
For sure. And then I also, when you talk, I hear you talk about the science part of your brand. And what I mean by just the science part is just thinking about you talked about getting it out there first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lowered the price point just so I can get, when people see global, they like, oh, I seen that before. You know what I'm saying? Like, your marketing, technique. Did that come from? Marketing. So did that come from what you learned in, let's just say, the insurance game? Or did you learn any, or that was something that you already knew? Because some people got the niche for marketing, some people don't have the niche for marketing. So it's just like, what did you learn that marketing, process from, and just how to market your clothing?
See, a lot of people think I'm good at marketing now, and I feel like I'm not. Honestly, I learned that technique from a group called World and Vision.
Okay.
You probably see two black dudes out of New Orleans. Just learning and watching them, seeing how they did it. I learned that technique from them.
Yeah.
But also just gotta put, you gotta put in people's faces as well. I learned that from Nipsey again, the 22 laws and immutable of marketing. Just also like by being first and sticking, like getting a concept stuck in a person's brain. Right. That's what I did. But most of it, bro, I started the business as like just to get something out. Then I started as like, okay, it's a hobby. Then I wanted to learn marketing. And that's when I basically was using the business to learn marketing, honestly.
Yeah, that's hard.
Because don't nobody know me. They be like, you gotta make somebody like it.
Yeah. And so what's your your plans on how you plan on putting yourself out there, as far as like how do you plan on getting global? You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, just worldwide. Like, is it just through you word of mouth, just saying like I'm gonna keep putting it out on Instagram, word of mouth, but do you plan on going to pop-up shops in different parts of, different states? Because I know somebody that does pop-up shops. They on the East Coast, but they got connects on the West Coast, and they do pop-up shops, and they take their brand out there as well. Like, what's your vision on how you plan on expanding it globally?
Yeah, I ain't got no problem sharing that. I can't give everything up, but
don't give everything.
But I'll say like right now to go global, I really just want to touch the whole United States. I think right now I think I'm currently at 39. I ain't got nobody. I do got somebody in Hawaii. I ain't got nobody in Alaska. I ain't got nobody in like North Dakota, South Dakota. So it's a couple of states out like Midwest I ain't touched. Yeah. But I got somebody in Japan. My boy Jabbar, he be out in Japan. Yeah. And got somebody in Canada. Okay. And just reaching them markets. So I really just want to touch everybody in that way. Then also like right now, just doing the school stuff. I said I'm gonna put it on the back burner. That's why I just been dropping like a $1 piece every month until I get out of school and I can get a little free time to do that. And bro, really just pop-up shops. Building a solid community, because one thing about like being a creative, bro, if people like your stuff and they're creative too, you get in communities. And also like just going, so like for example, it's Atlanta Streetwear Fest, April 23rd and 24th. They got that going on, going out there networking with people like that, then going to like little pop-up like shops. I did one in like Birmingham, did one in the city one time. What else we did one at? We did one in Dallas one time. So it's like just going out there networking with people and building your connections like that. That's how I really want to do it. I want to do it organically. Then I'm reading this book as well. I tell a lot of people, this book right here, my fault.
You good?
I got my blur on, but it's called This is not a T-shirt by Bobby Hundreds. Okay. And the people who like know Hundreds, it's a brand called the Hundreds out. Okay. They've been out since like 2000. They came over like Supreme and them. And just them boys just dropping game, how like they was on the ground with it. I want to do like some groundwork too, like to get my hands dirty too. So I'm thinking about doing like flyer stuff, and I've been creating flyers with like the QR codes on it, so people can, like when I go to different places, they can scan it, go straight to it.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Like, I don't think you understand, bro. I admire your hustle, man. And the only reason why I say that because when you're talking to me, it's like I had some of the same thoughts myself. I think to see that you want to do the groundwork is the main reason why global is gonna be global. It's the main reason why you at where you at now, even though obviously you going through school, but you still staying consistent. You still, you staying in the books, learning, being a true student of the game. And for me, like, I try to take the same approach, reading books. I try to listen to any and every podcast that I can find value from, whether I'm listening to how they ask certain questions, how they, move, through certain topics, or just, if they have an agenda. Like sometimes when people hop on, they got an agenda of what they want to get out of an interviewee, and they build up the whole segment of just like, okay, boom, now we at where we wanted to talk about. And so the science behind it, hearing you talk about the science behind your brand and how you plan to expand is crazy, because I'm out here in Houston and I got flyers with the QR code on the back, and I'm putting them in their cars. Like, I go to Seaside, I'm at Kiss. Like, if you ever been to Houston, all the places where it's popping at, I done been there. At night, on the weekends, I'm putting it in there. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta do it.
Yeah, and it's just like,
I ain't an out person, bro. I'm gonna be honest. That's one thing I want to challenge myself on. I don't believe in going. I don't like going out like that. Yeah. I feel like I did that part, but like going out to like malls and stuff like that, I ain't got no problem. Like clubs and stuff, I shy away from that. I don't really care about the clubs and stuff. But, I feel like I got to do the groundwork eventually because I want to do it organically. I don't want to do it where I got to spend 20 racks on some ass and it's spread. I ain't gonna lie, if I hit a lick and I can do that, if it's gonna run it up like that, I'm gonna do it. But I'm kind of frugal. I don't want to spend my bread that way.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm frugal too, man. And the only reason why I go to those places because I feel I'm trying to attract. I'm trying to attract that crowd because I want them to understand that this is not a podcast where it's just people like a dude just rambling about bull. Like we really chopping it up about some real stuff to try to help people, be successful in whatever they got going on. So I love that, man, especially, the groundwork, because I feel like with the groundwork, once you make it, it's like, look, this is what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't sitting back waiting for it to come to me. I went to
you
go
got
to
a
get
foundation.
it.
Nah, for real, that's what I care about. You got a foundation because like everybody want like handouts for intellectual property. No cap. Learn as much as you can. Spend that money like you said. Bro, you'll go spend your money to put something on you, but you ain't got nothing inside of you. Bro, you better go learn something.
Yeah.
Because when niggas take it away from you, it's over with. You know where we come from. If I want us to read, why not read? So like I ain't finna preach though. But
it's all good, man. But we coming down to the conclusion of the podcast, bro. I want to just leave it up to you and give you the last word as far as give us one thing that you would tell people to look out for when building a brand, and then just one key thing that has helped you so far build your brand. So just one thing for people to watch out for, and then one thing that's helped you build your brand. And then after that, I just got we play this little question game. I ask you a couple questions. You got 5 seconds to answer, and then after that, it's over with.
Okay. I'll say one thing a person should look out for when doing a brand. Look out for these scammers if you're going for a vendor, because they will get you. I always say do your research, and also move your pride to the side.
Okay.
Don't always harp on your opinion. If you're creative, I understand. If you feel like it's in your gut, put it out, and you ain't trying to make a lot of money from it, go on and do it. But I say listen to the market. Okay. If the market say they like something, go with it. That's about it. I just say if the market say they want to go for it, go with it when creating a brand. And also, so many people get caught up on this too. Cause I got a couple homeboys starting like shoe brands and stuff. And bro, get out your feelings about like your friends and them trying to like buy your stuff. Bro, I'm gonna tell you this. I say this all the time. If you actually trying to make some money, you think you come out with one shirt, 2 shirts, like you want everybody in your family, your homeboy to buy it, right?
Yeah.
Right, you come out with another shirt, and your partner might not be hidden. You want them to buy it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, bro, how much money that's gonna pool in for you? Bro, you got to get people that don't know you to like your stuff and buy your stuff for your stuff to continue to last. Because eventually people gonna stop buying it. They ain't your family and stuff, bro. You gotta be real. The boys don't want to keep buying your stuff 24/7 all day long, and that's how you make a living. You got to find other people that like it. So get your pride away and stop always worrying about people like not supporting you. You giving out too much energy of like who not supporting you, nigga. You gotta support yourself, and you gotta believe in yourself. Stop worrying about other folks believing in you. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's game. That's game, man. Listen, y'all hear Tate, man. He dropping the game, man. Like that's one of the things. Starting out young, being like an entrepreneur. Like you want to get your family, like you want your family to support what you got going on, but they not gonna support like that. And so sometimes for me, when I first started out, I was like, dang, like they ain't support me. But I was just like, it is what it is. Maybe they don't rock with it. Maybe I need to go back into the lab, create something different. But it's other people out. I know other people outside my circle that's gonna rock with it. And then you just gotta have, like, it's really faith, bro. You gotta have faith that what you put out is, you gotta have that vision. You gotta be able to sell it. If people can feel the vision, they can feel the energy, you genuine. Like, it's hard for people not to gravitate towards you. But if you're doing it just out of the pure aspect of like, I want this money and I want y'all to support me because I want this money, like, I feel like it take longer. You know what I'm saying? You pushing yourself back. But nah, you drop some gems on us. But now we're gonna go into these questions, man. So you got 5 seconds to answer each question.
All right.
What's your favorite TV show to binge watch?
Dang, I already done failed, didn't it?
Nah, you still got time. Well, you about to fail now.
My favorite one to binge watch, bro. I say Power.
That's my.
Fresh on my mind, so I'm gonna say. Now I'm capping. Honestly, bro, I'm watching Moesha. I'm watching Martin. I'm a binge watch them first.
Where I would have said mine is to binge watch. I don't watch Power at least 8 times, like front to back. And the only reason why I just think Ghost so cold, like.
Yeah, Ghost different.
I just his mind, like the way he think, he 2-3 steps ahead and come out on top. Like I ain't even work like the drug dealer. I don't care about that. It's just the mind. I'm like, yeah, I like that. But if you could time travel, what period would you go back to, bro?
I go back into the 70s.
70s.
Yeah.
Why the heck? Why are you gonna go back to the 70s?
Because it's just a black culture at that time. Them boys. Cause I like making beats, bro. Okay. How they was making disco, they had to be doing something crazy. Then you had a lot of rebels, bro.
Yeah.
Them boys fought against a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I like the 70s.
Okay. Word. What's more memorable for you, movies or music?
Music.
Mm-hmm. What's something or activity that you could do every day besides sleep?
Make beats.
You can do that every day?
I can make beats every day. If I got enough time to do it, I'll do it every day.
That's crazy. Okay. All right. And then you got 2 more. So 25 hours in a day, you got an extra hour now. How do you spend the extra hour?
Talking to my family.
Talking to the family. Okay. And then what's the quality people enjoy about you the most?
Authentic. And I'm going to tell her how it is. I always been a friend. And I tell my friends out, bro, don't come to me if you want me to lie to you. Come to me if you want me to tell you the truth. And don't take my way, but I'm going to just say, I ain't always right. I'm just say what I feel, though. Yeah. So people, I think I'm consistent. I'm reliable in that way.
Nah, that's hard, man. I definitely feel that type of energy talking to you, man. Just how you come across and just being able to, be honest, be, transparent as possible. Like, I appreciate that, man. And I think the conversation we had was a great conversation. I can't wait to, get me a hat, get me a shirt, and be able to pop it on here, man. Cause
what size you wear?
So I'm a 2X and shirt.
Okay.
And just I'm a 2X guy all around. But give me a shirt, give me a hat, and pop it on here, man. Cause I that's what the whole kind of like image of the podcast, man. Is just. Big boys can dress too, man. We can get fly. Hey. You know what I'm saying? We can get jiggy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you saw Rick Ross. You feel me? Yeah. Rick Ross, gang, right?
And I'm telling you, we got sauce. So it's like I try to let people know, like you can have sauce, and you can also be knowledgeable about different stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you ain't got to be one-minded. You could be in a lot of different things and just apply the knowledge. So that's what we're about, man. But I appreciate it, man. I hope you had a good time, bro. It was easy, smooth conversation. The only thing that I ask is for a recommendation, bro. Like, give me a recommendation of somebody that you think is super dope, somebody that, they get on the podcast, they're going to have something to say. You know what I'm saying? They just doing it. It might be somebody that you look up to or you just notice from afar.
Bro, there's a lot of people I know who just doing it. Yeah. Like, they really doing it. From, like, my creative group, bro, it's a lot of people doing it. But if I would give a shout-out to one person, I'm going to give a shout-out to my dog over at Dream Mentality. Okay. My dog at Dream Mentality, named Orlando Colton. He an athlete as well. He play overseas. He got a clothing brand. Me and him actually thought about collabing together, but I drove out to Birmingham, Alabama from Memphis one time to go to his pop-up shop with his folks. So, like, that's a connection I built. Bro actually doing it, and he doing good things for sure. Genuine, solid as it could be.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. All I ask is if you can get in contact, just send me his information, whether it's IG, whether bro like to be communicated through cell phone. If you can send me that, and then also just let him know, hey, I just did this podcast with a young dude out here in Houston. He gonna hit you up asking to be on the podcast. He just showing representation of black and brown people that's doing positive things, super successful, so other people can see that it's possible.
For sure. I got you.
For sure, man. Hey, man, you hold it down, man. Keep going. Keep Nipsey up there, man. All money in. The marathon continues, man. Hey, just keep doing your thing, bro. And I really love what you're doing, man. And I know global gonna be global for sure.
I appreciate that, bro, for real.